This is our Gen 1 BRZ.
And we got chopped by a Gen 2 B... Hold on, sorry. Hello?
Josh Lucas, hey, we got this MCM Drift Night 4 happening in Sydney in 2 weeks.
Okay.
Do you want to bring your BRZ down for a couple of laps?
Yeah, we want to see how it goes now that you're modding it.
2 weeks? That's barely enough time to get the suspension in.
Oh, you better get wrenching, boys. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
You might need to bring some spare tyres too.
It's a wet skin pan. You don't need spare tyres, it's wet.
You don't need spare tyres, just make the car good. Bye.
Far out. Well, it looks like we've got our work cut out for us.
Welcome to the Whiteline BRZ build series.
Let's get this car ready.
Go, Joshy! Woo, come on!
With the timer officially on, the first thing we have to do is get the car up in the air and find out what we're working with.
Immediately, we can see the suspension is in dire need of some replacements.
The bushings are starting to crumble, and the end links, they've seen better days.
So we grabbed all the Whiteline gear we needed, and we're gonna get straight to work, with our first mod being the Whiteline strut brace.
This is a super easy mod to install that will help stiffen up the chassis,
giving us tighter response and better load on each wheel.
With our first upgrade done, it's time to disassemble the suspension so that we can start to get all of our new gear installed.
Let's get into it. Oh no.
Oh, there you go.
Damn it.
The BRZ is actually super easy to take apart thanks to that classic Japanese engineering.
Well, hopefully it's just as easy to put back together.
How easy was that? Front end is all done.
Now we're onto the rear. The first thing to go is the exhaust, so we can get better access to the rear.
Thankfully, this exhaust comes apart in pieces, which is much easier than removing the whole exhaust.
All right, now let's start the car up when it's with just this. With our BRZ now every neighborhood's worst nightmare, we can move on to removing the rear control arm and sway bars.
While these control arms do the job, they're super crusty and they don't provide any adjustment, which is critical for dialing in our setup.
So lower control arms and sway bars are out.
We did notice that there was some split boots here as well, so we might need to replace these too.
With day one done, we've made a good start, but we've still got a long road ahead.
Not only is the MCM Drift Night less than 2 weeks away, but we've got to have the car done by day 5. The car has to be drivable by then because we've got a bonus upgrade that isn't happening here.
But more on that later. Second day, we have gotten the extra bushings. Whiteline came in clutch. But now today, the mission is to get the rest of the stuff out and perhaps the subframe and diff bushings. Removing the resonator was as easy as taking out 2 bolts, getting us easier access to some of the hard to reach spots.
The trailing arm put up a bit more of a fight, but hey, we got it out without issues, which means we can get into our next upgrade.
Diff mount bushings. Now these are inserts that are pretty easy to install.
These diff inserts are going to stiffen the differential and improve power delivery, which is crucial for both drifting and grip driving.
And they're a great option for us since they're easy to install and provide a great balance of improved performance and drivability. The diff inserts fit snugly into the OEM bushings with the mounting plates going on top.
And it's torque spec season, so we're going to make sure that we've got all the bolts tightened properly.
Yes, sir.
And that's all you need to do. The second set of diff bushings are just as simple, with one slipped over the top of the mount and one on the bottom. And after removing even more useless plastic, we can now get to unbolting the subframe mounts for our next upgrade.
Subframe insert bushings.
With both the subframe and differential upgrades, our rear end is going to be the stiffest it's ever been.
I'm just going to pretend you didn't say that. With day 2 gone and Josh feeling the pressure a little bit, we're starting day 3 with our next mod.
We've got this transmission mount insert, which we'll chuck in here just to reduce some of that slop in the gearbox when changing gears. Yes!
There we go. With the exhaust finally out of the way, we can now get to the transmission mount.
With the transmission mount removed, we can now take a closer look at it.
Oh, this is crusty too. Ugh. We're not replacing this whole thing. It's starting to crack already. Like there's this rubber bits on it you can kind of see. With a little bit of effort, we got the insert in.
And after getting all the bolts nice and snug, we can move on to our next upgrade, toe arms.
So we've got adjustable toe arms to go in. This is going to allow us to dial in the toe and get the perfect wheel alignment. Fine-tuning rear toe lets you shape the car's balance. A little toe in adds stability at high speeds, while toe out increases rotation. Get it right and the whole car comes alive.
With the old one coming out after removing the 2 bolts, we can easily slide in the new adjustable arm and get it bolted in.
We'll get the passenger side installed, and then we can quickly press out our damaged spherical bushings to end day 3.
Like the t-shirts we've been wearing, check out the full merchandise range on our website. Link in description. New day, new shirt. We're on a bit of a time crunch, so what did we decide to do?
In between us working on the car, we got the Click and Fit team to actually press these bushings out of the old control arm and trailing arms for us because we want to save a bit of time. We're on a serious time crunch. The old bushings, as you can see, they don't even compare. They look so much better. So now we can just chuck everything back in. Everything's ready to go. It's just putting everything back into the car.
Josh and I are going to install these control arms, remembering to fully tighten the bolts when the car is at ride height.
These look awesome on the car, and now we can reinstall our trailing arms with the upgraded Whiteline bushings.
Now onto probably the biggest upgrade for the BRZ.
Sway bars. Come on! And just like that, sway bar's out. It's also got adjustable end links,
Polyurethane D-bushers.
and we've got these sway bar strut braces. So let's get these going.
This sway bar is going to reduce body roll massively, improve corner handling, steering response, and weight transfer. We're going to match the length of the OEM end links for now.
Once we've got the car on the ground and lowered, we can then adjust the end links to the optimal size to make sure our sway bar isn't binding.
One of the best features of these sway bars is the adjustability.
We're going to be setting our rear sway bar to middle stiffness and our front to the softest setting, aiming for the front end to have a bit more grip while the rear can break free a bit easier.
Wow, would you look at that?
The last step is to install the lateral locks, which will keep the sway bar from moving, well, laterally.
With the rear sway bar installed, we can move onto the front.
But before we can install the front sway bar, we're going to have to reinstall the front control arm with our freshly pressed Whiteline bushers. Reinstalling the control arm is pretty simple, and after finishing the second side, we are ready to install our brand new front sway bar.
As Lucas and I finish installing the sway bars, we can see how close we are to the finish line with one last mod to install.
Lowering springs.
So with less than 24 hours before we need to have the car finished, we're going to be lowering the BRZ.
Josh is removing the old springs and installing our shiny new Whiteline lowering springs.
And with all 4 springs now installed, our old shocks look great.
But the BRZ is about to look even better.
With Lucas and I super keen to get the car back on the ground, we're quickly replacing all the fluids and putting in a new filter. With that out of the way, we then reassembled the car, put the wheels back on, and torqued all the bolts that needed to be tightened with the car at ride height.
We've finished the car just before day 5 is done, and tomorrow we're going to be driving the car to get one last big upgrade.
So we're down at Bridgestone because we need new tyres. This is my mate Riley, who actually works at Bridgestone, and Bridgestone have been kind enough to send us some Potenza Sports to put on this car. Now tell me about the Potenza Sports.
If you want a tyre that's just gonna point in one direction and shoot, like the Potenza Sports are the ones to go for.
So we've gone with a 225 on, and drum roll please, an 8.5-inch rotiform wheel. Now, I've gone for the RSE 140s. This is a controversial wheel choice, I'm aware. Everyone's told me I've picked the wrong wheels.
It's just a European looking wheel on a Japanese car. We'll see how they look.
We're gonna let Riley go ahead and install the tires, give us a new alignment, check everything's okay, and hopefully we will have a nice looking fitment after this.
Holy heck, what's going on here, Joshy?
We've put our new wheels and rims on. What do you think?
Ooh, it looks really good. I'm really happy with that.
Let me know what you guys think in the comments, whether I picked the right set of wheels for this car or not. I know this is a little bit more of a European style, but to be honest, I think it looks kind of sick. I'm really, really happy with how it looks.
Well, I'm sure these tyres are going to be life-changing once we put them on the track as well.
Thanks again to Bridgestone for giving us these tyres and the gang for getting the wheels set up correctly.
We've got a wheel alignment on this and everything, so it's been great. Super easy, drive in, drive out.
I think we're ready to go to Sydney.
I reckon we're ready for this event. Holy
Time
crap,
to go
we've done
drifting.
it.
Let's go.
We're now going to drive 10 hours to Sydney to join the Mighty Car Mods boys at the Sydney Motorsport Park.
And after a quick stop at the Big Banana and 4 fuel fill-ups, we made it to the Mighty Car Mods Drift Night.
Holy heck, where are we?
I can't believe we've made it to Sydney to the Mighty Car Mods Drift Night.
Yeah.
Where we're gonna be taking this thing that was literally on a hoist days ago.
Yeah, literally 2 days ago. It was up on the hoist. We're still working on it, but hey, it's on the ground. We're down here.
We drove it all the way down to Sydney. The car did not break down, so that's a good sign.
Yep.
Handles awesomely. I'm really happy with how this car has started to come together, to be honest. The real test is gonna be when we get sideways in it.
You're not only getting it sideways, you're getting it sideways in front of the people who know how to do it the best, Mighty Car Mods. So it's gonna be pretty cool.
We can't stuff this up.
No.
Not in front of the goats.
No way, it'd be so embarrassing, you know? So we got it all stickered up a little bit, so
It's looking a bit nice. Looking a
been
bit
white
nice.
lined out, you know?
Got the wheels on. I'm actually loving how it looks now.
We'll see you out there.
We are here.
Let's go.
Waiting in line to go onto the skid pan. This is the make or break moment.
Yeah, this is all or nothing. But how good are the long shirts? Ooh.
Yeah, looking stylish while
Let's
sliding.
go. It is very hot down here today, so it's literally 39 degrees.
After waiting in line, we're finally going to see how the BRZ slides.
Oh, I'm looking forward to this.
That was fun, damn! Okay, here we go.
Go, Joshy!
Woo, come on, come on!
And just as we're pulling off the skid pan, we can see Marty coming over to see how we're going.
Yeah, good. I think that it slides well. We're having a little trouble getting out of first. I think it's just a little bit too...
Have you done all the pedal dance?
We didn't. We just done the traction off fully.
You need the
got to do the full
pedal
thing.
dance.
You reckon?
Do you know the one? Like
yeah, with the, you do like the handbrake thing. Okay.
look it up, and
that's a good
if
tip.
there's someone else here with the same model,
Yeah.
check it, because it like the difference is like night and day.
Okay,
Because
okay.
apparently-
Huge difference.
yeah,
All right, well, we'll take that. Thanks for the tip.
With Marty's advice and our BRZ in full skid mode, it's time for the main event.
All right, where are we, Joshy?
Full course now. So we've had the warm up, done a little bit of figure eights, a little bit of donuts, had some fun. Now this is the big game.
Let's go. Go, Joshy, you legend.
After finishing up on the skid pan, we're checking in with Moogs to see what he thought about the drift night.
All right, I think it's been pretty successful.
Yeah, what a night.
I'm pretty happy with how the cars. What did you think?
It was amazing. I got to say the Hilux was a real struggle. Look at it though. Like the thing looks amazing. A bit of a struggle to drift. There is a new video of it coming out on the Mighty Car Mods channel of it going head to head with Marty's Gemini. It's going to be a good one.
I'm excited.
Mod Max, I think crowd favourite. But my favourite car to drift tonight was our Falcon, which has lots of Whiteline gear in it.
And did you see the BRZ out there at all?
Oh, of course I did. Yeah, you guys were cutting sick. You're doing a great job. So I'm impressed that you brought it all this way. Well done.
Oh, thank you so much. Thanks so much for having us, by the way. This has been a fantastic night.
Big thank you to Whiteline for supporting this event. Thanks for coming,
100%.
boys. Good job.
What an unbelievable experience.
That was awesome. One of the best nights. I think I'm gonna remember this forever.
Yeah, dude, it was so casual, so much fun. Everyone was great.
Stoked that we could get our BRZ down to the Mighty Car Mods Drift Night. We learnt a lot and had heaps of fun doing it. Stick around because we're heading back to the track to see how the Gen 1 BRZ handles with these new modifications.
Ripped out the clutch there and whoopsie. A little bit sideways. Right, here he comes. Oh man, he's coming in hot. Car is...